Nike just lost almost half its value in a single year, and yet the people who actually run big money, the institutions, still own nearly 2/3 of the company. That's not a typo. We're talking about a stock down 43% over the past 52 weeks, while 65.82% of Nike is held by institutional investors. So either the smartest money in the world is sitting on a massive mistake, or there's something deeper going on here that the falling stock price isn't telling you. Let's dig in. First, let's talk about the size of this company, because numbers like this can feel abstract until you put them in context. Nike's market cap, basically what the entire company is worth on the stock market, sits at $60.91 billion. But here's something most people skip right past. The enterprise value, which includes debt and subtracts cash, is actually higher, at $64.13 billion. That gap matters because it tells us Nike owes more than it's sitting on in cash. Specifically, the company has $8.06 billion in cash, but $11.18 billion in debt. That leaves Nike in a negative net cash position of $3.12 billion. At first glance, that sounds like a red flag, but here's where things get interesting. Nike's current ratio, which measures whether a company can cover its short-term bills with short-term assets, is 2.14. Anything above 1 is generally considered healthy. So while Nike does carry real debt, it's not exactly scrambling to pay its bills. Now let's talk about how much money Nike actually makes, because this is where the story gets a little more complicated. In the past 12 months, Nike pulled in $46.52 billion in revenue. Of that, the company kept $19.04 billion as gross profit. That's the money left after the direct cost of making the products. That's a gross margin of almost 41%, which on its own sounds strong. But here's the twist. By the time you get all the way down to net income, the actual profit after every single expense, Nike only kept $2.25 billion. That's a profit margin of just 4.84%. In other words, for every $100 Nike brings in, less than $5 actually becomes pure profit. This is where investors often get confused, because a big, profitable-sounding gross margin can quietly shrink into a thin bottom line once you account for marketing, operations, and everything else it takes to run a global brand. And speaking of running a global brand, Nike does it with 77,800 employees, generating almost $598,000 in revenue per employee. That's a sign of serious operational scale. But profit per employee tells a very different story, sitting at just under $29,000. That massive gap between revenue per employee and profit per employee is exactly why margins matter more than headlines. Here's another number that might surprise you. Nike pays a dividend of $1.64 per share, which works out to a yield of 3.99%. Pretty attractive for a company this size. But here's the catch almost nobody talks about. The payout ratio is 107.46%. That means Nike is currently paying out more in dividends than it's earning in profit. At first glance, that dividend looks generous. But sustaining a payout ratio over 100% for too long is something worth keeping an eye on, especially since this dividend has grown for 24 straight years. Now, about that brutal stock decline. The price sits well below both its 50-day and 200-day moving averages, and the relative strength index is at 37.57, a level that often signals a stock has been heavily sold off. Short sellers have also been increasing their bets against Nike, with short interest rising from 53.92 million shares to 57.04 million. And yet, here's the contradiction we opened with. Wall Street analysts, 38 of them, have placed an average price target of $55.22 on this stock, which is 34.26% above where it currently trades, with a consensus rating of buy. So how do we make sense of all this? On one side, you have real financial strength, a healthy current ratio, a return on invested capital of 14.16%, an Altman Z-score of 4.48 suggesting low bankruptcy risk, and decades of dividend growth. On the other side, you have a profit margin under 5%, a payout ratio over 100%, negative net cash, and a stock price that's been cut nearly in half.